everyone, I'm Yohana Dithalia from English Education Department of Universitas Kristen, Indonesia. In this video, we will learn about conditional clause. After learning this video, you are expected to be able in applying the social function, text structure, and language element in spoken or written interpersonal interaction involved, giving advices, suggestions, and instructions according to the context. And you are also expected to be able in compiling simple spoken and written interpersonal interaction text involved, giving advices, suggestions, and instructions according to the context.
Now, imagine that you come to a new city. What do you expect? And what do you feel when you arrive there? If you are with your friends now, you can tell each other about the place that you want to visit and what do you feel when you arrive there and what you expect if you come to a new place. After you have told each other about your opinion, about your thought, do you have a suggestion or an advice to your friend? So now we will learn about it. We will learn how to give an advice or a suggestion to your friends and to everybody. We can use conditional clause to give an advice or suggestion. There are 5 types of conditional clause we will learn in this video. So let's pay attention to this video. Okay, the first type we will learn today is if clause plus reminder. So this clause showing a warning and it's used to remind a consequence that must be done as a result of an event. And the formula is if clause plus simple present and followed by have or has to, must and simple present. For example, if you want to get A+, you have to study hard. Or if you want to get A+, you must study hard. Remember, if you use must, don't use to. But if you use have or has, it has to be followed by to. So you cannot use you must to study hard. No, you have to use you must study hard. Remember, if clause is used in conditional clause, we use simple present tense. Okay, and the second type is if clause plus suggestion. It's used to provide a suggestion. As I said before, to suggest your friends or give an advice, you can use this one. If clause plus simple present tense and it's followed by should or ought to or had better and plus simple present. For example, if you visit South Korea, you should go to Jeju Island. Or if you visit to South Korea, you had better to go to Jeju Island. It's simple, right? Next is if clause plus general truth. And this conditional clause is used for telling fact. So after if clause and simple present tense, we can use simple present or simple future. For example, if you are over 70, you will get an ID card. If you are over 70, you get your ID card. If you want to visit South Korea, you will see many beautiful places there. So, it's telling fact. Okay, the next type is if clause plus imperative. This is used to tell people to take an action. So if you want to tell people or to advise people to take their action, so you can use this conditional clause. If clause plus simple present and followed by verb 1 plus object. For example, if you don't want to be wet, take the umbrella. Or if you don't want to be wet, bring your own raincoat. So remember, use the verb 1 or verb base. Don't use verb past or verb 2, verb 3 and verb ing. We just use verb 1 and then the object. Do you understand? And last, if clause to show a dream. It is used to show dreams or goals if something happened. For example, if I have a lot of money, only if I have a lot of money. So if this one is happened, if I have a lot of money, I will buy a car. Or if I have a lot of money, I will build a big house. If I have a long holiday, I will go abroad. If I have a long holiday, I will visit England. We use if clause and simple present, and it's followed by simple future. So remember, it is used to show dreams or goals only if something happened. Okay, do you understand? Well, that's all 5 types of conditional clause we learned today. I hope you guys understand about what I have explained it to you. Thank you.
Now, after you listen to the explanation about conditional types before, now let's read this text together with me and we will identify the conditional clause sentence in this text. 6 things to do if you visit Seattle. There are 6 must-have experiences that you should do if you visit Seattle, where city and nature come together. If you visit Seattle, arrive with this list in hand and you'll be off to a foolproof start for exploring the Emerald City's most unforgettable sights and sounds. If you visit Seattle, do the following things. First, feel the fresh air on your face as you sail to Bainbridge Island on a Washington State ferry. From the ferry, you can enjoy the view of the Seattle skyline. If you want to enjoy Bainbridge Island, stroll around downtown's galleries, boutiques, coffee houses, and cafes. Seasonal gardens and natural woodlands at the Bottle Reserves are as the other options. And from this paragraph, we can see, first, why feel the fresh air on your face is the conditional clause. Remember, we should remember the sentence before here. If you visit Seattle, remember this one. If you visit Seattle, so if you visit Seattle, feel the fresh air on your face as you sail the Bainbridge Island. And then, next, if you want to enjoy Bainbridge Island, stroll around downtown's galleries, boutiques, coffee houses, and cafes. And what types conditional clause are these? The first it's if clause plus imperative. And next, why don't you tour the Pike Place Market's produce stands to buy something you've never tasted? The Pike Place Market is much more than a farmer's market. Its entire district is full of shopping, attraction, and favorite sites. The area is a festival of sounds, tastes, and smells, and it is part of the reason. It's called the soul of Seattle. Unless you have allergy to noises, make sure you take time to spot these beloved foods. And what is the conditional clause in this paragraph? First, why don't you? Remember before the paragraph, if you visit Seattle, why don't you tour the Pike Place Market? And then, unless you have allergy, unless is also kind of conditional clause. And what are the types of these conditional clauses? So the first one, why don't you tour? If you visit Seattle, why don't you tour the Pike Place Markets? It's kind of if clause plus suggestion. And unless you have an allergic to noises, make sure you take time to the spot. And it's kind of if clause plus imperative. And next, remember, if you visit Seattle, remember the paragraph before, Book a night at one of the many cozy B&Bs or resorts available throughout the San Juan Island. Cozy bed and breakfast are the perfect way to enjoy the friendly island culture. If you have enough time, tour the numerous art galleries in Friday Harbor. You can also enjoy naturalist guided tours, wildlife spotting, whale watching, and storm watching. Okay, if you visit Seattle, book a night at one of the many cozy B&Bs or resort available. And if you have enough time, tour the numerous art galleries in Friday Harbor. These are kind of if clause plus imperative. And if you visit Seattle, see exciting and experimental works at Chihuly Garden and Glass. A visit to this site is an opportunity to take full advantage of the location at the Seattle Center, a premier destination for arts, entertainment, and leisure activities. If you visit this city, you should explore the Space Needle and Pacific Science Center. Experience music projects and a variety of cultural activities offered throughout the year. Where is the conditional clause sentence? Well, in the first one, because if you visit Seattle, this is the continuous of that sentence. And then, if you visit this city, you should explore the Space Needle and Pacific Science Center. And can you guess what the type of this conditional clause? This is if clause plus imperative for this one, the first one, and if clause plus suggestion. Okay, did you make the right guesses? Okay, next. If you visit Seattle, watch the world's most sophisticated aircraft be built before your eyes at the Boeing factory in Mukilteo. If you are curious to know about it, you should explore the dynamics of flight and experience new aviation innovation. Go behind the scenes at Boeing to watch the very same jets you may one day be a passenger on being assembled. In this paragraph, we find watch the world. Okay, if you visit Seattle, watch the world's most sophisticated aircraft. And then, if you are curious to know about it, you should explore the dynamic of flight. And the first one is kind of if clause plus imperative, and the second one is kind of if clause and suggestion. Okay, if you visit Seattle, the last one, tour the Theo's chocolate factory in Fremont and learn how their delicious confections are made. This factory has a mission to create change in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or DRC, where it has 300,000 square miles of farmable land, but only 2% is being farmed due to the conflict there. The factory trains 2,000 Congolese farmers to grow high-quality cocoa. The first sentence is the conditional clause, and it's kind of if clause plus imperative. Well, now, do you understand, guys? Have you gotten the material clearly? I'm happy if you are able to know what is conditional clause and what are the types of conditional clause, and I'm really happy if you guys understand about what I teach you today in this video. And now we will do the reflection. First, do you know how to tell your friends about visiting a place using if clause followed by imperative or suggestions? And do you know how to write text about visiting a place using if clause followed by imperative or suggestions and the other types of conditional clause? Well, hopefully you guys understand about it, and you are now able to to tell your friends, to give an advice to your friends using if clause. It can be followed by imperative, suggestion, and the other types that I have told you before. And if you still don't get it clearly, or you still have a question, you can ask me in the comment column and I will try to respond your comment. Well, thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for learning with me. I'm Yohana Dithalia. Thank you so much for your attention, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.